Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For all those of you that are new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off the cuff video, guys. For everyone that's new, what that means is I record and I upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You don't see my intro symbol at the beginning. There is a transition button, so if stuff happens outside of my control, like the weather starts pissing rain, or there's loads of noise going on outside, I could just stop, halt filming, and then carry on afterwards. For all my regulars here, guys, I would love, thank you very much. Now, these weekly Wednesdays, this is for everyone that's new, is essentially a Q&A. You ask me questions, I answer them. It's primarily model focused, and it's 99.9% of the time GW stuff. And most of the questions actually that come through to me are 40k based, so or Necromunda or Kill Team, something like that. There is terrain questions from time to time, and there is questions, sometimes information about myself and what's going on in the workshop, week to week basis. So first of all, everyone that's new, seeing this for the first time, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. It costs you absolutely nothing. And it helps the channel out in a massive way. Now, just to remind you as well, I'm still doing commissions. Let's Build terrain and painting. Okay, to break this down quickly. Let's Build, those of you that are regulars here, you know what Let's Builds are about. Anyone that's new, Let's Build, you want me to build a model kit for you, don't have the time, the space, or you have little hands around the place, give me a shout, but to have a chat and sort out a price and stuff. You want custom terrain made, again, give me a shout. Painting the same. So if you want something painted battle ready, no problem. If you want something painted to battle ready standard, but you then want to wash it and dry brush it afterwards, again, not a problem. Or you want it painted beyond battle ready, give me a shout, not a problem. There was a little debate going on TikTok, and I sort of joined the debate as well, about price of commission. How much do you charge someone? How much do you charge with commission? Because of the scale of our hobby and what we do, I'm a big believer, if I don't pull your pants down over the price of building the kit, you're going to come back to me again and again and again. But with that said, £10 an hour is a reasonable, or €10 or $10, whatever, is a reasonable, amount. Because if you, like the Grey Demon that I painted, so I've got some really good feedback I'm going to get on to in a minute, but the Grey Demon that I painted, I think that took me about 9 or 10 hours. So, in all honesty, if you wanted me to paint something like that for you, just say it was 10 hours, you're looking at 100 quid, roughly, based on £10 an hour. But for me, I would probably charge about 80 or 90, only because I want you to come back for more and more, with more bits and pieces. But there's a little debate going on TikTok about that. I mean, you chuck your thoughts and opinions below. There's a lot of things that people don't remember. Brushes, paints, glues, blades if you're using scalpel to clean. I don't. I use a hobby knife. I use a mold line scraper. So you've also got basing material. You've got undercoat sprays, and there's a lot of things to remember. Then you've got skill level itself and how far you're going to take that model or models. But you guys have an opinion or any questions about it, just chuck it below, and we can keep the debate going. Or if you're interested in me doing any commissions for you, again, just chuck it below, or go on to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a messenger button there, you can message me directly, it's not a problem. Now, Monday's painting video was the Kit Bashed Bloodthirster. I knew you guys would vote on it straight away, and did not disappoint me. The amount of feedback I've had from that model is absolutely mind-blowing. It's amazing. Big thank you to everyone. Chuck me a comment on Messenger and on the video itself. Absolutely amazing. I've been told there's a few people that did this. When I painted the Primaris Lieutenant, way back, it was brilliant, fantastic. It was sort of next level in my painting abilities and what you guys were seeing on camera. Then when you saw me painting the Jebuswife, again, that was taking it to the next level. And what I'm being told about the Bloodthirster model now is, John, that's a masterpiece. That's your masterpiece so far. I've said before, I'm not the world's best painter, but I can paint. And I'm not afraid to experiment with colours and experiment with different ways of doing stuff. The Chaos Cultists, for example, the wet blend in 2 different contrast paints. I've never seen anyone else wet blend 2 contrast paints, and it looks great. But what I would say is, for me, talking about me looking at myself now painting, there are some things, depending on what the model is, I could paint it, okay, you know, out of 10, it's probably a 5 or 6. There's other things I can paint 7 or 8, and there's some things that are like, 8 or 9, pushing upwards towards a 10. With the Blood Festival, what else could I have done differently? I could have maybe gone over the ones like I read again, just highlighted a few other areas. Maybe give it more of a dry brush of the yellow. Give the wings maybe a dry brush of a yellow or a different type of layer paint yellow. But for me, that's perfect. I don't need to do anything else to that. I'm more than happy with it, and especially with the feedback you guys have given me. You know, more than one person has said to me, it's a masterpiece. And guys, you know, it does mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. Going from Bloodthirster to a demon question. What do you think about the new demon rules that have been released / shown off? I think they're amazing. I think it's going to be interesting seeing playing games of demons. I believe half of the demon army can teleport in. Okay, they all can do it, but I believe you have to have half on the table, something like that. I think it's going to be amazing, especially with the Bloodthirster. Toughness 8, 20 wounds means toughness 8, especially with Dreadnought, it's only toughness 7. So I'm sure it's toughness 7. But so if that's correct, then that's tougher than a Dreadnought. That's crazy. And I can't remember what his attacks are, but I know they're going to be something insane. He's got wings, so that means he can fly. So there's a 10-inch movement. And he can teleport in. I think it's going to be a very interesting model. I remember playing fantasy games before with my friend Dave, and the Great Demons and Nurgle, and the Great Demons would be avoided and just skink poison darts and all that sort of stuff. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how the demons fare up against the Space Marines, because I say Space Marines, Alex has only played Space Marines and he's still getting the grips of them, and he's actually getting the grips of them pretty well. So he wants to carry on with them for until he's fully mastered them and fully happy with them, and then start looking at a different army just to play out. But I know when I get the bits for another army, he's going to go, oh, I like the look of those. So I know you guys know yourselves how it works. You start playing one army and you see someone else play a different army and you go, oh, actually I like those. Or they release a model and you go, oh, actually I quite like that. But yeah, I'm very, very happy, very pleased with the demon rules. Also, from what I saw on miniwargaming.com, they were showcasing the codex. The demon units, bloodletters, demonettes and all that, yeah, plague bearers and the horrors are in use of 10 now, not use of 20, or you can't take them past units, something like that, or the basic standard is 10 for the model, 10 for the unit, 10 models for the unit, which is fantastic. So it means me then, I've got 10 demonettes here, there's one unit, there's 20 bloodletters, so there's 3 units, there's, I think it's 30 or 40 horrors behind me, so there's at least another, let's say it's 30, just for what I was saying, there's 6 core units straight away. With them glued and painted, the Bloodthirster, the 3 bases and Ogres I did in between waiting for that to dry. I have 10 Seekers as well, 3 Blood Crushers. You're looking at nearly a 2,000 point army there. The demon units probably come to nearly 1,000 points, based on them being 15 or 16 points a model. The Bloodthirster is usually 500-600 points, 650 or something like that. So that'd actually be very interesting. And I do plan. So I always forget to bring a bottle of water with me as I talk too much and I get dry throat. So my voice goes all croaky. I do plan on getting the codex when it drops. So there is a battle report scheduled. We was going to play it Sunday just gone, but the wife had a swap around at work, so she was working that morning, so I couldn't. Then we scheduled it for the Tuesday, but some things happened, so we couldn't, because my attention was needed elsewhere. But little one's back to school now, so Alex said to me it's better to play during the week. But my new store keeps giving me Sunday off for some bizarre reason. I'd rather work the weekend, but they keep giving me Sunday off, so I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to go with it. But little one's back to school, so a day during the week will be perfect, because once she's gone to school, it's just uninterrupted. So what I'm saying is we're going to play the game that I've set up the table, I've got the scenario set up ready, just need to sort the army lists out, which is not a big issue. And I've actually had it planned for over a month, but I just couldn't get the terrain boards finished. And they're all done now, as you guys have seen. So that's hopefully next week, next Thursday, I believe I'm off. So hopefully next Thursday the game will be played. And then after that, that's actually nearly the time of the Demon release. So, no, it's not. Demon release will be the weekend after. Yeah, it'll be the Saturday after. So hopefully, I'll go and collect the codex. It'll probably be the Saturday or the Sunday, or maybe a few days the week after, whatever day I have off. Because I'm doing early mornings all the time now. Whereas before I was doing Sunday late, Monday and Tuesday off, and then the rest of the week earlies. So I was able to plan the time a little better until they started messing it up. But that's ancient history now. I don't care about that anymore. So now I'm just trying to adjust, the timing. And what I try and do is, a day that I'm working like today, I have an hour over here in the afternoon, an hour in the garden, and then just spend time with the little one. It's just trying to juggle that time. But I'm very pleased with the Demon rules. So I went answer the question. I waffled off. So everyone that's new, I tend to do that. I'm so passionate about the hobby, and I enjoy it so much. I just lose the question I answered. I'll just carry on waffling myself and stuff. So I do apologise. When do you have enough models for an army? Now this is a good question, and I'm not sure if I've answered this a long time ago or not. I can't remember, but. So if you're collecting Space Marines, your ultimate goal with the Space Marines is to complete a whole chapter, which is 1,000 Marines plus. I say 1,000 Marines plus because it's supposed to be 1,000 Marines per chapter. But some chapters don't follow what the Codex Astartes properly, and they have more than 1,000, or they have more of these units or more of those units, or depends on what it is, but the idea is to have 1,000 plus. So for me, for my Space Marine army, for the Crimson Wind Skulls, which is a Dark Angel successor that I have, I would want to get them to 1,000 points, 1,000 models. Yeah. Then just start adding a few models here and there, a few units here and there. The other Space Marine chapter I want to do would be a Space Wolves chapter. Again, get them to 1,000 points, and I'll start adding a few bits and pieces here and there. But things like, there's not really a limit. You answer that question yourself. So if you play an orcs, you just want to keep adding more orcs, you'll get to a point where you have, say, 6,000 points. then you'll say, okay, I'm going to add another unit of this, or I'm going to add some more of these guys. And you'll start adding them. GW release these guys that you already have, but new sculpts. And they could be in plastic, or they could be, you know, whatever way they are, but you go, oh, actually, I like those. Let me get a unit or two of those to add to my army. And that's how it happens, you know. If you're playing a horde army like Tyrannies or something like that, you just keep adding. You find a quick way of painting them, you keep adding, and you'll find then that your games get bigger and bigger. Now, to be honest, when Alex gets more confident with stuff and he's picking the rules up really quickly, but when he just goes, okay, I need freeze to hit, and the game flows a lot easier, and we could play a 4, 5, 6,000 point game. And it could take us 8 or 9 hours, but it might only be like 2 hours of footage. Yeah. When you get to that stage, you will start seeing bigger games. If someone new comes over to play a game, it might only be a 500 point game or a 1,000 point game or even a 2,000 point game, just because the logistics of them transporting models. I have no problem picking someone up, but I say the logistics of transporting models, the time that they're here, the time that we're available to play, because they might have stuff they even need to go and do. You know, so it's not really an answer to when do you stop, when does enough's enough. You decide the answer, really, but let's all just be honest with each other for a minute. You won't stop. You'll go, okay, I want to add this unit, add that unit. You won't stop, but you will get to a point where you go, I don't really need anything for this army no more. Could be 2 or 3 months time, 2 or 3 months time, and then you start something else. What's happening with Let's Builds? Let's Builds are still going on. I just, like I said, try to adjust my time for, you know, just with work, not the new job. It's not a new job. It's a new position in a different store. So I just have to adjust all that. And just, I have a Let's Build on the go at the moment. But again, where I'm trying to do terrain, trying to do that, it's a little bit a juggling act. I will get into it and I will get things moving properly. Now it's time for the vote. Now, guys, I don't think whatever's voted on this week, I don't think it's going to top the Bloodthirster. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for me to pay something that tops that. But anyway, I'm going to bring you down and show you the vote. There's not much has changed really, but again, just refresh you with what's going on here. Right, so we have the Blood Crushers. Okay, we have the Blade Guard Veterans, Chaos Lord. We have the Necron Big Guy, Illuminar. We have a Blade Guard Ancient. We have the Eradicators. We have the Judicar or Judicar. Sorry, it's very dark in here in this section. There are 2 Space Marine Captains. As a Promised Lieutenant I found flying around the back. I have Demonettes. I have the Engine Seer. I have the Fire Dragons, the Skitarii Rangers. I have Seekers. I have Mr. Ra at the back there, and I have the Chaos Chosen. Sorry, the door just blew the door. And I've just messed up the camera thing as well, so I do apologise. And there is a wild card. So how do we vote on what's going to be paid for next Monday? You chuck a comment below on this video, just saying, for example, I know someone's going to say this, so I'm going to say, I know who it is as well. Skitarii Rangers, Seekers, Illuminar, in that order. So whichever gets the most votes, then I'll you know, go for that. And that's what get painted up. Now I know so I have to deal with. Now I know some things have not been added to here yet because I'm still middle of processing it all, but you know, it'll get there. So guys, please, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, turn your notifications. If you have any questions for me, chuck them below in this video, or go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There is a messenger button. You can message me directly and I'll answer the question next Wednesday. Until next time, guys, take it easy. Thanks for watching.